As officers begin to crack down on the naturists, one nudist group is suing the state with hopes to legally enjoy the beach in a birthday suit. Stem cell research has offered great promise for many years, but now the question is, when will the promises change into a life-saving reality? Those against the loan argue that this could set a precedent and open a floodgate to even more businesses looking to the government for financial support. Several lawsuits have been filed between Redbox and a handful of movie studios. Only time will tell if a vending machine will continue to play a part in the evolution of home entertainment. The price of oil accounts for 50% of the price of gasoline. That means prices at the pump will stay high as well. Hey, 818, how do you feel about becoming 747? 747? No, it's not a jumbo jet. Parts of the valley could get that as their new area code. Hispanic community leaders say it will only further strain relations between Costa Mesa's thousands of Latino immigrants and the police. Can you imagine going from this to this in just 20 minutes?
What we're doing here is taking seawater from the Pacific Ocean, treating it using reverse osmosis, which means we're forcing the seawater through membranes that look like a piece of paper.
The membranes are in these giant tubes and sift out the salt, turning ocean water into perfectly good drinking water, a process called desalination.
There are over 8,000 seawater desalination plants producing 10 billion gallons of drinking water around the world today. In America, we haven't used seawater desalination because historically it hasn't been cost competitive.
In a few years, Carlsbad, California, near San Diego, will be home to the largest desal plant in the Western Hemisphere, churning out 50 million gallons daily. Environmental groups are fighting the project, saying the process is not so green. They argue it uses an extreme amount of energy and endangers creatures of the sea.
It sucks in water with all the marine life that floats in the water column. So the major impact is plankton, fish eggs, small larvae, fish at its youngest life stage gets sucked into these machines and killed.
The Surfrider Foundation is urging the State Coastal Commission to revoke the plant's building permit.
I don't think that anybody is looking at it holistically. It is a false choice of, do we kill fish or die of thirst? That's not the question. There are many ways to get there.
Construction on the project is just beginning. The plant is on schedule to deliver fresh drinking water by 2012. In Carlsbad, California, Stephanie McCollister, Fox News. Watch out, Blockbuster and Netflix. A big red box is becoming the latest craze for at-home entertainment.
Redbox has created a really fun and convenient way to rent movies at the places where you shop on a regular basis.
It's only $1 per day to rent a DVD from one of these kiosks, and you can return it to any Redbox that you choose.
You can rent it on the right-hand side of the road on your way home at, let's say, a McDonald's restaurant, and on the way to work the next day at a 7-Eleven while you're picking up coffee, you can drop it off.
There are about 22,000 of these self-service kiosks across the country, with a new one being installed every hour. But not everyone is excited about the cheap prices and convenience.
Low-cost DVD rentals affects revenues and therefore production of motion picture and related activities in LA County.
A new study by the U.S. Economic Development Corporation suggests Redbox is costing Hollywood 9,000 jobs each year and $1.5 billion in lost revenue.
There are three things driving this. One is the change in the distribution model. Two is the economy. So I wholeheartedly agree with that. And third, there's this bigger issue of technological change.
Redbox says it's simply riding the wave of change as the popularity of digital movie downloads increases. The Chicago-based company dismisses the economic findings.
I hope the studios realize that this is a changing business climate, and by working with Redbox, we can help them expose films to a greater number of people. And in the meantime, our customers are saving huge amounts of money every year, which they're turning back into buying more movies and renting more movies.
Several lawsuits have been filed between Redbox and a handful of movie studios. Only time will tell if a vending machine will continue to play a part in the evolution of home entertainment. In Los Angeles, I'm Stephanie McCollister, Fox News. They've been pretty popular in other parts of the world, but have caused quite a bit of controversy here at home. A place by the water where you won't find any kind of swimsuit or tan lines.
There is a segment of the population, and a fairly significant portion of the population that would like to enjoy safe, legal, clothing optional beaches.
For 30 years, these free-spirited folks have enjoyed bearing it all at a public beach in San Onofre, California, about 60 miles north of San Diego.
This beach attracts people from all over the world, and it actually generates a good bit of revenue for the Parks Department.
The California Department of Parks and Recreation says nudity of any kind is prohibited on its public beaches across the state. And quite a few crimes have been reported at this unique sector of the beach.
Some of the other issues that have happened over time there is an unfortunate history of criminal activity in and around that area. Those crimes include lewd conduct, indecent exposure, sexual assault, and the like.
Officials used to look the other way, but rising complaints and criminal activity is making them pay closer attention.
I want to make it perfectly clear that we do not specifically blame naturists for that. We specifically blame the criminals, but you can't ignore that those activities are happening around that area, and we have a responsibility.
As officers begin to crack down on the naturists, one nudist group is suing the state with hopes to legally enjoy the beach in a birthday suit. Stephanie McCollister, Fox News.